Okay, so I tried making this video a different way. It was really stupid. I looked up a random number generator and like wrote every number of the Pokedex down and did it like that, and that was really stupid. When I could have just done this, like used the wheel. I typed in eliminator wheel. I don't know if this is going to actually eliminate them as I go, but if it doesn't, I can just remove them from the list, I guess. This is me sort of drafting. The NFL draft ended today. the new teams for my new attempt at the project I came up with 6 years ago, and then promptly failed to do the first video of, and then gave up on. This is beating Pokemon Emerald with every Pokemon. Now, the rules are once you've used a Pokemon in a run, that's it. No more. You don't use it again. There might be an exception for the last run, given that I don't know if there'll be a multiple of 6 here. If there's not like enough for a full team, I'll just add in a couple of my favorites or whatever. I'll do something appropriate, you know. There's that. If a Pokemon has 2 different evolutions, like Politoed and Poliwrath, I can only I have to use both of them at some point, probably in different runs. So it's not going to be an issue that I'm using Poliwag, Poliwhirl, and twice to get to both Poliwrath in one run and Politoed in another. That's fine. If it's impossible to acquire them on in the game, I will mod it in an appropriate manner. I'm not going to give myself, oh, I'm going to start the game with a level 50 Rayquaza. No, that'll be like, all right, I'm close to the end of the game. I go catch Rayquaza as normal in the game. Or like if I get Mewtwo, I'll be like, okay, I'll maybe change the Rayquaza encounter to a Mewtwo or something like that. Or if I get Cyndaquil, I'll change Torchic to Cyndaquil and just start with Cyndaquil, something like that. If it evolves by trading, I'll mod that in so that that's not the case and it evolves with like a stone or at a higher level or something. Again, I'm going to be very reasonable with this. I'm not going to be just like, all right, I got 6 max level shit and I'm going to blaze through the game. Like, no, it's going to be well thought out. What are you doing down there, Morgana? I've got webcam on, so I'm going to go ahead and grab his ass. I'm going to pick him up and put him up to the cameras. Let me pull up the OBS so I can see where he is. Look at him. This is my baby. Look at him. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. I like this thing. Look at him. Say something to the world, Morgana. No? Handsome kitty? Okay. I release you onto this earth. Alright. So yeah. Teams of 6, obviously. If I need HM moves, I can obviously get like an HM user just to get through the game. Can't use it in battle, If you've seen a Madry Bread video challenge, like you know how this works. So yeah, there's going to be over 30 teams. So let's get started. I've got every final evolution listed here. At least I think I do, and I hope I do. And this will be a lot quicker than, oh, I got that number, reroll, 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 because like at the beginning there's none of that, but towards the end it's like, oh, I forgot to cross that off the list, and it just made like a 3-hour like slug of a video. So now that you've sat through the intro, let's get into this. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I was kind of hoping it would shuffle the wheel and not the list, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. Now, it's going to be a little harder to search for them if they don't come off the wheel normally. Here we go. Spin the wheel. Who is our first Mon? And are we eliminating stuff? We've got Magneton. That was actually still on the list when I gave up on the first version, despite being super close to the end. It was like, let's just try this again, And if I look weird, it's both the fact that the camera is shit, the lighting is shit, I look like shit. Everything about today has been shit, so don't worry about it. All right, remove. Perfect. Okay, 5 more, and then we'll have the first run ready. And Magneton, I think we get Magnemite at New Mauville, right? So that's in the game. Looks like Bannet? Bannet. I'm just writing these down on paper, So I don't need to worry about whenever my cookies get cleared for whatever reason, losing all my showdown teams. Alright. Those are 2 mons I think I can acquire legitimately in Emerald. Who we got now? We just passed Espeon, my son. Girafarig. Did I write Giragarif? Well, that's not right, but okay. It's past 10 p.m. It's been a rough one. Alright. Girafarig. 3 more. I meant click. I've got, like, cat hair on me now. Look what you did, Mondel Cat. Alright. Manectric. Okay. Manectric. Another electric type we can get in the game. Remove that one from the list. Who do we got next? Gorbis. Okay. That's a water type to try and balance things out. And last but certainly not least, I mean potentially least, are you worse than Bannet or Girafarig? Metagross. Frick yeah, dude. Okay. So that's our first team. Alright, team 2. So much cat hair on me suddenly. Dude, we came that close to my friggin' son, Espeon. I'm not gonna be upset with Hitmonchan, though. Ledian. That's a rough one. Spin that friggin' wheel. Just passed over Rayquaza and landed on Plusle. Okay, not off to the best start for this one. Halfway through, and it looks like Hitmonchan is our only really usable one. Pidgeot? Pidgeot. Alright, that's okay. We've got Hitmonchan with fighting for the stuff that we can't just Aerial Ace through, and Plusle's Thunderbolt is kind of its only usable thing, but it's usable. So, I mean, I guess that sort of offensive synergy works well enough. Who we got? Starmie. Okay, that ties things together much nicer. Very, very good special attacker. Gives us a water type and a psychic type. That makes things much more well-rounded. Let's spin the wheel again. And round out team number 2. Rounding us off with Yanma. Well, alright. Well, I guess we got that out of the way early on here in the project. Starting us off for team number 3 is Stantler? No, that's Steelix. Different stuff. Alright, that's a pretty okay start, I'd say. No body press, but I mean, ground steel is a good typing. Decent physical bulk. I think we should be able to keep that going. Oh, I forgot another rule. I have to nickname them all, and I have to keep track of their KDR. Aerodactyl. Flying and Rock, sort of similar vibe, but 4 different types. That's off to a good start here. Gonna need some good special attackers down the line here. But we're off to an okay start. Who's next up? We've got Lapras, a water and ice type. This team is already extremely well balanced with water and ice. And flying and rock and ground and steel. And you know what else? These are all dual types that use the way that the type and physical special split works in Gen 3 very well. Lapras, special attacker, water and ice, special attacks. Aerodactyl, physical attacker, flying and rock, physical attacks. Steelix, steel and ground, physical attacker, physical attack types. Glalie, okay, that's not great, but I mean, join the party, redundant ice type. We get someone with Thunderbolt, Stab, like we're going to be off to the races with Bolt Beam on the special side. Yep, 2 more spots. And spot number 5 is going to Dodrio. A little bit redundant with the flying from Aerodactyl, but Dodrio is pretty good. I will take it. And then rounding us out at number 18 overall, 6th spot to finish Team 3, we got just passed over Entei for Nidoqueen, a second steel type. Or not steel, second ground type alongside Steelix. Nidoqueen does have good coverage moves, and I think its stats are pretty evenly split, so we could be a mixed attacker on that front quite reasonably. So there's our Thunderbolt. I think I'm out of LaCroix. We just got Lugia and just barely missed Suicune. That's a pretty good spot on the board, I guess. So yeah, Lugia is an amazing start, and I'm probably going to have to put that in towards the end, but that's good. You'll hear no complaints from me about a Lugia run. We've got Pelipper? Pelipper, another flying type. This one going to require a little bit less modding, since Pelipper is all over Hoenn. Those are our first 20 picks off the board here. Zard? We just missed it for Kingler, another water type. Physical attacker in a special attacking generation for that type. Not quite where we're looking here. Lantern. Lantern we can make work. It's another water type, but it's at least got electric moves and it's more of a special attacker. Decent bulk too. What do we got here? Xatu. That's another flying and psychic type, so this is a very redundant team as far as like typing is concerned. I feel like we need one really good physical attacker here, but we don't get to choose. We have to hope the wheel lands in our favor. Delcatty? Ooh, yeah, that's going to be rough. Only special attackers and Delcatty. Like, Silk Scarf, Hyper Beam, Delcatty might be our only physical attack. Aside from, like, Fly and Aerial Ace. Like, maybe Kingler can do something without Stab. Alright, start Team 4. Flareon. Okay. Who's going to join Flareon on team number 5? Vileplume? Nice. Firegrass. We just need a water type now. Unfortunately, they all appear to have gone with team number 4. And there will be none available once team 4 is done conquering the Hoenn region and claiming all 7.8 points out of 10 too much water. Vaporeon? We've got a Fire, Water, Grass core, and 2 of them are evolutions. Dude, that's awesome. And we could probably go dual weather with that for some fun too. We can either set up Rain Dance to protect Vileplume from fire types, or we can go Sunny Day to turn on Solar Beam. That's pretty cool, dude. Alright. First half of this team's already amazing. Hitmonlee. Alright. Get us a physical attacker now. 2 more spots. Who's it going to be? To go along with Hitmonlee and the Evolution team. Well, it's just a duo, but I mean, 2 on the same team's already cool. Just barely passed over Articuno for Gardevoir, which is another special attacker, and it's not a redundant type. This team is so well balanced so far. Not that Flareon's particularly fast or OP, but like, I mean, it's going alright so far. This is a very well balanced team. I think I'm going to love this one. Alright. Farfetch'd, the black sheep of this team. Come on, buddy. We will carry you the entire way. Hopefully it gets the HM Fly. Yeah. I'm going to take a quick break for a second LaCroix and snap cut here. And we are back. Alright. Now that we've got 5 teams down, let's keep the ball rolling here. Who's going to start Team 6? And by start, I just mean on the list. I'm going to reorganize them if they're not in an appropriate order. I could maybe start with Gligar, but it doesn't evolve, so... If possible, I will probably throw that into the desert on the way to Fall Arbor and Lava Ridge. Alright. Just needed to wet my whistle. I have done a lot of talking today. I don't want my throat to go angry at me. Sandslash, another ground type. Sandslash. I can also put you in the desert. Don't have ink on my fingers, do I? Shouldn't be putting them in my eye then. Scizor. Alright, a steel type. Dude, if we roll Tyranitar with these 3, just forget about it, man. I will just click Protect and spam potions. No, I will not. I will do more than that, but... Exeggutor. We just missed Regirock. Exeggutor. Exeggutor wants the sun to be up, but Scizor certainly does not. Civiper, it looks like. Alright. 1 more spot on team number 6. Who's it going to be? We don't have a good special attacker outside of Exeggutor, and our typing's not great. Piloswine, our 3rd ground type, and it is not very good at clicking special attacks. Like, it's got Ice Beam and stuff, but it's base like 35 or something. Or actually, maybe it's base 60, which is I can do things with that in a casual playthrough. But like it's not great. Team 6 is kind of a letdown, especially compared to Team 5. Team 5 is, I think, my favorite one that we've rolled so far here. Starting off Team 7 is going to be Electabuzz. Depending on who else we get, Electabuzz could be very good support. Oh, also, something to note. I have to use Elekid first. If it has like a pre-evolution, like Clefairy, Clefable have Cleffa, I gotta mod in Cleffa and start with that. So that I can use all of them. You know, I don't like get to skip over the awkward middle phase or whatever. You know, I gotta go stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Yeah. Politoed. Okay. Doesn't have Drizzle in Gen 3, but I can use it to set up Rain Dance, and then We've got Thunder from Electabuzz, and we can also give it Blizzard, I think. Politoed gets Blizzard. So we've got, like, special attacking Bolt Beam coverage, kind of. Dude, we just passed Kyogre for Wailord. We're getting some crazy near hits here. Still, I'm okay with Wailord. It's just that being able to set up Drizzle would have made it a lot easier for Politoed if anything happens. Camerupt. Okay, that adds us a little bit more diverse typing. Who did we just pass over? We just missed out on Gyarados, which would have been our third water type. Don't want 3 water types. Gyarados is good, but we don't want 3 water types. The Fire and Ground, a lot better for our offensive distribution here. Regice. Well, there's our Bolt Beam. Team member number 5 is Regice. Although we're probably going to have to put Regice toward the end of the game on our little journey, just to make it a little bit more fair. I mean, I know it's not the most busted legendary of all time or anything. It's kind of the opposite as far as legendaries are concerned, but ooh, Arcanine. That is a good way to round things out. Arcanine, as the Woke calls him. All right, let's move on to team number 8. The Wote, the wolf of all time. Okay, team 8 is coming out of the gate strong with literally Deoxys. So let's spin the wheel to see who's going along with Deoxys while I write that down. Latias and Deoxys. Team 8 is here to frickin' play. Oh my god. Shedinja. Okay. I think it's worth noting, I think I'm going to be doing, I forget how if I type them in this way separately, but I think I'm going to do Shedinja and Ninjask as like a split evolution, because having like both of them occupy the same slot seems a little bit awkward. Like, if I landed on Slowpoke, would I then have to go like both Slowking and Slowbro? I mean, I know it's only Shedinja that's causing this problem, so like, I'm just going to split them off, you know? But Shedinja being the only non-legendary on the team so far. Very interesting, considering it's got one of the greatest abilities in the history of the game. So we got some serious competitors here. Crawdaunt. That gives us a Dark and Water type, although it's not very good at using those types in Gen 3 without the Gen 4 physical and special split. Since it's a physical attacker using special moves. Yeah, hang on, let me go Crawdaunt Smogon and see exactly what its stats are, and then click on Ruby Sapphire. Ursaring. Okay, there's a solid physical attacker. And rounding us out at the 6th spot, Crawdaunt has 90 special attack. Okay. I can actually make use of this. I can actually make use of the Gen 3 special of mixed attackers. Electrode. Okay. Electrode. To round us out. Base 150 speed. It's almost like we've got a Ninjask on the team anyways. Alright, team 8. It started off real strong and then it sort of mellowed out as it went on, but that's a good one. Deoxys and Latias on the same roster. It's going to be real hard to figure out where to put them in. I mean, 5 and 6, but in what order? Team 9 starting with Mew. You kidding me, dude? We're starting with Mew on Team 9? Hell yeah. Now we're starting to get hot. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Back-to-back double legendaries to start the teams. That's going to be a tough act to follow. Illumise. Okay, kind of a dud. That's fine. I've got no business complaining with how we started. The rest of the team can be awful bug types for all I care. It's not. I mean, that will tank how good I feel about the team, but I mean, job's already done. Clefable, not a fairy. Doesn't need to be. We've got Ho-Oh and Mew. Also, these aren't Nuzlockes, so if you want to see me Nuzlocke Emerald with every Pokemon, make me a multi-millionaire. Then I'll do it. Altaria coming in at the 5. And to round out team number 9. Gyarados. This team needed a water type. No grass type, but Illumise gets Giga Drain, I think. And I think it's a TM that I can pick up and give to it. Don't know who I'll make the starter on this one. Mew might be fun and not super busted. I mean, its move pool's kind of dog water until like level something, right? Unless you get good TMs. I might go with Altaria and Swablu, though. I like Altaria, so I might go with that. That seems fair as well, especially considering that the first gym is a rock gym. Team 10 is starting out with my son. Okay, can Team 10 clinch being my favorite one? I mean, Team 5 is still looking real hot. I'm kind of hoping we can roll Umbreon on this one too. My other son. Apom. Ooh. Kind of close in Pokedex number. Not Umbreon. And also not very good in the first place. Give her the old Silk Scarf Hyper Beam. We got Blastoise. That's really cool. I've been looking for a chance to use Blastoise again. Fun fact. Blastoise, Squirtle, technically, obviously, was my first Pokemon. And I've never really had a good chance to use it since. And as a result, it's sort of plummeted down my favorites lists. But I still love Blastoise, and let's just have both Kanto and Johto water starters. Why not? This team is pretty good so far. Not exactly balanced. It's all special, but... Dude, okay. This is my new favorite team that we've rolled. Holy crap. Charizard used to be my 5th favorite Pokemon. I don't think it is anymore. I still love it so much. Zard haters are full of shit. Okay, Noctowl to be a little bit more chill down at the bottom. So, who the hell do I pick as my starter? I think I just go with Espeon? Man, I don't... Alright, Team 11, you've got a lot to live up to. I don't think you're going to be able to follow that act up. Slaking. Alright. That's a solid, interesting one. Not exactly competing for my favorite one, though. The Unknown. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't the 3rd movie. Impress me in the next 10 seconds, or get the hell out. Raichu. Okay. That's solid. We can use Pikachu as our starter, maybe. And then catch a Slaking in Petalburg Woods. Unknown can go anywhere. It's almost useless. Hidden Power is the only thing it does. Literally. Sunflora. Okay. Grass type. Not a good one, but I mean, gives us a little bit of decent synergy with Raichu. Not good synergy, but decent synergy. Alright, who's at the 5 on team number 11? Okay, Jolteon and Raichu on the same team. Seems a little redundant, but okay. Gonna need a really versatile 6 here. That's not it. That's not it, Chief. We've got Unknown, Slaking, Raichu and Jolteon, and Jumpluff and Sunflora. The good news is, if we make it to Wallace, he's dead. The bad news is... Moving on. Team 12. Love Disc. Okay. I guess Team 10 might have taken all the luck out of everything. Honestly, just rolling Espeon probably did it, because we're getting the awesome Mons, but Blastoise and Feraligatr overlapped. Hariyama, okay, that's a real Pokemon at the 2 spot here. Huntail. I see that late game Ho-En water types that don't really do anything is a 2 out of 3 theme here. Did we already roll Gorbis? Yeah, we rolled Gorbis on the first one. Tropius. Okay, we like Tropius. Grass to go with our water types. If we can get fire to make a fire-water grass core, that'd be cool. Man, my back is killing me. I need a better chair. We just passed over Entei for Butterfree when we wanted a fire-water grass core. Alright, who's rounding out the team at number 6? A really good Mon could save this team. Fearow is the 3rd flying type of this team. So, yeah, that's not quite what I was hoping for. Hariyama had my hopes up, and I mean, I'm glad I get to use a Tropius, but Mantine will start out our next team. I almost wrote Minecraft for some reason. I love Minecraft, don't want to play it right now. Sort of doing something else, and then I want to eat some food. Apple, crackers, something, maybe rice, go to sleep. Dusclops, a hair away from Swampert. Honestly, I'm glad we didn't get Swampert. I'd like to save that for later, because we've just pulled Mantine to start, so... Stab Shadow Ball. Physical in this gen. Dude, we almost just landed on Swampert. Venomoth. Okay, nothing really good on this, but we're getting a good balance of evenly distributed types, so we can, for now, we can work with this. Hopefully it keeps going balanced. Slowking, okay, that is a good water and psychic type. A little redundant with Mantine, but it's at least got Psychic. And I think it's got a decent move pool. Doesn't it get Flamethrower for some reason? Or is that just Slowbro? I don't remember. We just passed over Rayquaza for Ninjask. So Ninjask and Shedinja are indeed both off the board now. And then the last Pokemon to round out this team. Parasect. 100% accurate spores, and it's a grass type to go with our water types. So that's okay. Team 14. Who will start us off here? Ninetales! The original project, the original first run, starter was Vulpix. Ninetales. Might just be the run back here. I know you can catch it at Mount Pyre. I think it's fair to start with it if we don't get anything else suitable for a starter. I really wish that it wouldn't have fallen apart and I would have had my full script not lost. Muck. Not exciting, but it's pretty good. Doesn't it have an okay attack stat in a gen where all poison moves are physical? Fire and poison. No fairy types to wall, but it's alright. One special, one physical. Delibird. It was almost Ariados. Delibird's not good, but what it is a flying and ice type, which does not overlap with fire or poison, so we can work with that. Does it get Hustle in Gen 3, or is that later with like a hidden ability? I don't remember. Now Swampert joins the party. And still no type overlap. Did I burp a little there? I'm sorry, excuse me. Swampert. I missed the M somehow. I am very tired, I guess. So, fire, poison. Okay, fire, poison, ice flying, water, ground. This is going super well, as far as type distribution is concerned. Can we get a good grass type somewhere? Ariados it is. We came right back around to it. Latios. That is an outstanding, dare I say, perfect sixth. If you get that, whatever. I don't think Jamie Boyd has like a trademark on that. It's a general term, isn't it? Alright, Team 15. I think it's reasonable that you could win, but not when you pick Masquerain over Mewtwo. Yeah, I was hoping maybe you could win over Team 14 that we just ruled. It seemed reasonable when we've got like Delibird and Ariados. I don't think that's going to happen now. All right, Moltres. That helps. That helps your chances, sir. That certainly improves the odds. We've got a legendary to match the Latios of Team 14. Masquerain and Delibird and Ariados are kind of even, I guess. Tauros. Okay, that's a strong physical attacker. I can use the hell out of that. Alright. Started off weak, but we're warming up here. We're starting to get hot. Raikou. Okay. Okay, Team 15. You're making a persuasive argument all of a sudden. 3 of these are on the final boss's team of XD Guild Darkness, and still screw you, Nintendo, for releasing a game that crashes when it never crashed on the original. Alakazam. Okay, cool. Arbok. Okay. Cold at the end, but that's fine. Pretty even type distribution. 2 legendaries, a Tauros and an Alakazam. Some of the best of Gen 1. I think 15 brought it back there. Now moving on to Team 16. And we're just going to start with a frickin' Entei. Okay. Team 16's like, alright, check this shit out. Instead of starting with Masquerain, let's start with the big dog from movie 3. And Mewtwo. Dude. Team 16. Breloom? Okay. Okay. No type overlap. Somewhat fast spores. We got stuff with that one. All right. Raticate. It's all right. Raticate had to go somewhere, and this team can afford a dud. Roll the wheel. Spin the wheel. Roll the dice. Roll my dice. Whiscash. Okay. We've got Fire, Water, Grass now. So that's something. And also a ground type. And rounding out this pretty solid team with 2 legendaries. Just missed Umbreon. Minun. It's alright. Electric Stab. We can do something with that on this team specifically. No Plusle for the obvious. But Team 16. Pretty solid, damn it. Pretty damn solid. Ooh. Wigglytuff to start Team 17. Not as great. Yeah. If this were Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Guildmaster Wigglytuff would be a lot more powerful, but it's Emerald. You're bad. T-Tar? Golduck. Okay, Golduck. I much prefer Golduck to Wigglytuff. Ooh, Ankle Snapper. Snapping my ankles there. And now we have Lickitung after all. Okay. Not liking this team to start. Let me just give this a couple of extra spins here. Octillery. So we've got 2 water types and 2 normal types. I think we can use all the HMs we need. But, oh, and on that note, if the Mons on my team can learn all the HMs needed to progress through the game, they have to. So I have to sacrifice a potentially better move slot for them. Golem. That gives us a solid physical attacker at least. But, I mean, with the water types, we can switch into any, like, water type attacks, but not any grass types. So, who's coming here? Donphan. Oh, another ground type. Okay, so... Team 17 is going to need some help against every blade of grass in the Hoenn region, which is quite a few blades of grass. Zangoose is okay to start for Team 18. Who we got next? My other son, Umbreon. That single-handedly pulls this one way higher. And Zangoose is actually a pretty solid start. Togetic, alright. Not everything can be a banger. If Togekiss were around, that'd be one thing, but Togetic's just kind of a bust. That's okay, though. We've got Umbreon and we've got Zangoose. We can click physical attacks and we can just stall the game. Grumpig, Psychic type, not Espeon, but it'll still go great with Umbreon. Still, we need something with a little bit more oomph. Aggron, physical attacker with a little bit more oomph. That'll help a lot in the matchups where Zangoose can't do anything. Rounding us out is Medicham. That's pretty good too. There are going to be matchups where Aggron does not want to sit there and like try and win an Earthquake war because it's, 4 times weak to Earthquake. But it'll be against like another Rock or Steel type. Medicham will really help us there. So Team 18, pretty solid. Team 19, where are we starting? Not ideal, to be honest. Not a great start. Okay, Slowbro. That gives us grass and water coverage. So Tangela is grass and Slowbro is water. So grass, water. Poliwrath. That is a... well, it's another water type. My wires got crossed there for a sec. Poliwrath. Shuckle. Okay, I guess combined with Slowbro and Tangela, we can do a little bit of bulk stuff and just sort of sit around. Nose Pass. I need a really good 6th roll here. Armaldo is our team's 3rd rock type. I mean, I like the fact that I'm going to get to use Armaldo, but like, this is going to be a rough one. Dunsparce to start Team 20. Ugh. It's not looking great here for Team 20. Can't lie. I mean, Team 19 is definitely one of the worst ones so far, and Dunsparce is not a great start. Claydol at the 2 spot. We can do things with that. Give it the Hoenn special. Click Earthquake and Psychic, and that should be okay. We crossed over Houndoom to Linoon. I at least know that I'll be able to add that to my party pretty early in the game without any need for mods. And I know we can get Claydol at the tower. Miltank, yeah, it's better than Dunsparce, but it's about even with Linoon, and it's our 3rd mono normal type. Lunatone? This team is also not great. Dugtrio. Team 20 is looking kind of shit with Dugtrio being like the best one here. Starting Team 21 with Kabutops. That's better. That's better. Walrein. Okay. Walrein. Like Walrein. 2 water types, so a bit of overlap, but that's fine. We want to use physical attacks primarily with Kabutops, so... Passed over Blaziken for Qwilfish, so we have not 1, not 2, but 3 water types. Milotic. That's 4 water types. All on the same team. Not necessarily all bad or anything, but I kind of need to hit other stuff. Thank you, Blaziken. That will help significantly to balance the offensive type matchups. Three, four, five. And Dugong, a second water and ice type, second ice type, and fifth water type. I mean, I can think of worse teams, especially in like the Mon department, but like, so what do we do to other water types? Use our HM strength, I guess. Okay, Team 22. Please be good. Primeape. That is a starting point. Strong fighting attack. Physical attacker. Heracross. Fighting type. Strong physical attacker. Are we actually just going to stack like the same type 5 times in a row again? Is it just fighting this time? Marowak. Okay. Another strong physical attacker and a ground type. Marowak. Need some special attackers here. Kecleon is not really what we're looking for here. Ditto. Uh-oh. Need a real good 6th here. Cacturn. This is one of the teams of all time. Moving on. Team 23. That's what I'm talking about. We're starting with Absol. Okay. Team 23 dragging us back out of the depths. To start with, probably my 4th or 5th favorite Pokemon of all time. Followed by a Mon that very few people like, Mr. Mime. That said, having Psychic type is decent coverage with Dark types, so. Azumarill. It's got huge power. And it's a water type, which doesn't work well with huge power in Gen 3. Stantler. I think it gets Intimidate in Gen 3. Usable. Wheezing. Diverse type of poison that we don't already have. Rayquaza. So the middle 4 are kind of mid, but we've got Absol at the 1 and Rayquaza at the 6. So this is a very interesting team, because it's bookended by some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Sableye to start this next one is bad. Solrock. Fortress instead of T-Tar. Just missed it. Murkrow. I mean, okay, so Jinx gives us strong Psychic and strong Ice. So that's actually not as bad in this context. It's actually one of the better mons on this roster. Articuno. Redundant ice typing, but it is a legendary. And so Jinx and Articuno are doing a lot of heavy lifting. And I don't know which one of these piles of crap I want to start my game with, because I can't pick the legendary. Dustox to start the next team. Okay. Persian. Spin the wheel. Porygon 2. That's not completely useless or anything. Second mono normal type though. And Volbeat. So we have 2 normal types and 2 bug types. Nidoking. That's good. And Torkoal. So not a particularly fast team outside of the Persian, and not exactly the most diverse typings, but we do at least have a fire type and some other things. Not sure how it's going to go. Ampharos. Okay. Missed on Celebi, but Ampharos is still something I'd be happy about. A 3-stage electric type. I very well may start the game with a Mareep. And I will catch a Whismur when I get to Rust Turf Tunnel. Got it. Salamence? Salamence! Let's go! Okay. Now this team's starting to look okay. Hypno, okay. Solid special attacker. It doesn't need to be goated or anything. Mightyena. I mean, that's fine. We can pick it up Route 1. And rounding it out is Victory Bell. Not phenomenal, but it's okay. Starting out our next team is... everybody know that Big Dick Bay. Beedrill. The old bunt man. Cloyster. Okay. I think I just missed the remove from list button. We got Machamp on the next one. Okay. Let me just quickly check the list to make sure Cloyster's off of it. It is not. Let me remove that. Okay. Spin the wheel. Small problem resolved promptly. Magmar didn't quite cross over to Dragonite. So we've got Fire in Magmar and Water in Cloyster. We got Machamp and we got Beedrill. Alright. Can we pull a grass type somewhere? Sudowoodo is not a grass type. It is not actually a tree. It's a rock. Kind of the whole thing. Kind of its only thing. and Mawile at the end. Okay. Mawile. I mean, there's a Machamp on the team, and we've got a Fire and Water type. Kangaskhan to start the next one. Okay. Followed by Registeel. Okay. That's a pretty solid second. Granbull. Okay. 2 mono normals and a Registeel. We are going to die to Brawly, the second gym, if we can't find something else. Suicune? Blossom. Well, I mean, it's not weak to fighting, so don't gift horse in the mouth or something. Swalot. A poison type that resists fighting, but we still don't have... Well, I guess Blossom counts as a special attacker. Misdreavus to round it out. Yeah, this team got off to an okay start for me, but it's just not doing it for me overall here. Not gonna lie. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. This is Team 29. Ludicolo. That's actually a really great start. 3-stage, Hoenn Mon, Grass and Water in the same Mon. We can definitely work with that. Okay, no Sceptile would have been redundant on this team. Smeargle, let's get that out of the way. Ludicolo already makes for some pretty good odds. Rhydon, Ground Rock, physical attacker. 4 times weak to Grass and Water. Ludicolo, neutral to Grass, 4 times resistant to Water. Pretty solid switch in. So, Rhydon, these nuts, fits pretty good on this team comp. T-Tar? Azumarill. Didn't quite cross over. It's a second water type, but we're going to be trying to use physical attacks with it for huge power. Also, since this isn't a Nuzlocke, I can just, like, keep finding Merrills or Azurills until I find an Adamant one, or I can just guarantee it'll be Adamant, you know, for convenience. Sharpedo is our third water type, and it is not a particularly good one in Generation 3. I'm sure there's something I can do with it, though. And rounding us out is Chimecho, which is a special attacker that exists. Team 30 starts with Macargo, so I can tell you to slug my balls. Crobat? Not Kyogre. Okay. Crobat's still fine. I am pleased with Crobat. In combination with our Fire and Rock type, I would not like to set up the rain for opponents. Houndoom, also a Fire type. Pretty good. Really, really good in Gen 3 with the way that the special type works, because it's both Fire and Dark. It's got like 115 special attack or something. Furret? Okay. Furret's not amazing, but I do like Furret, so I can make use of this. I don't have another normal type on the team already, so it's not that detrimental. We couldn't get off of Cast Form to Roselia. Getting the Grass type would have been nice. Second normal type, Cast Form. And rounding us out for team number 30 is Quagsire, a water type. So that's okay. Let's go. Crack my knuckles here. We got a lot of heaters left on this one. And starting off Team 31 with Jirachi. That's a pretty good start. Jirachi. Zapdos? Oh, nice. Double legendary starts again, baby. Relicanth. Not great, not legendary by any means. Water and Rock. New typings. Kingdra. Redundant second water type. Is Dragon. Decent special attacker. If we end up with rain stuff, combine that with Zapdos Thunder, we're in business. I will not complain about a Kingdra. Pretty solid start there. Tyranitar. Okay, I'm not really getting sand from this team, although we do have Relicanth and Jirachi. So I could very easily just, like, not die to my own sand. So this team is looking kind of fire right now. Ugh, my brain did not work there. And Flygon to round us out? Dude. Call it EX Sandstorm. Team 31 is good. Team 32 will start with Kyogre. Not gonna lie, Kyogre might have gone better on the last team. But okay. Kyogre go burn. And Suicune. Okay. Suicune gets to use water attacks in the rain. So forget the fact that we're mostly bulk and not a lot of attack. We're going to do 50% more damage to your face anyway. Snorlax is our physical attacker. That's nice. Beautifly. Okay. Not everything can be a banger. Typhlosion as our starter to totally fair normally get us to Kyogre and Suicune. And then I'll just be smart about when I send out Kyogre. And Pinsir. Okay. So I guess I'm going to start with a fire and 2 bugs, and then get to Snorlax, and then Suicune and Kyogre in that order, I guess. Alright, Team 33, what do you got for me? Corsola. No comment. Hitmontop. That's a lot better. Groudon. The team has been immediately saved. It is going to be very hard to not end up with a good roster now. Blissey. Okay. I can do things with the most HP in the game. Even if they're not particularly swift or offensive. And Gengar will take care of that swift and offensive part. And it's a great special attacker. Actually, no, it's not, because of Gen 3. It's got coverage moves. I could do stuff. And Dragonite to round out the team. Dude, okay. I think we're going to be cooking. I either have to choose, like... There wasn't Happiny until Gen 4, so I don't think we start with Chansey. I don't think we start with Tyrogue either. I think we start with either Ghastly or Dratini in this one. Almost done. Seaking. Not exactly the kind of Pokemon that excites me. Low punch. I'm kidding. Or am I? Meganium. There we go. I love Meganium. That's our starter then. Unless we land on Sceptile. Skarmory. Okay. Got some... Excuse me. Got some good type coverage. Venusaur and Sceptile are both still on the board. Write down Skarmory before I forget what I rolled. Roselia. Okay. Sneasel. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna need a really good mon to round out this one. And we're running out of options. Not gonna help. And that was the Roll 34 team, too. Alright, Team 35, what do you got? You've only got like 10 options left. So I'm going to have to repeat somewhere with 2 Mons, and I think I might just jam Espeon and Umbreon down there. Cradilly. Oh, I can eat and sleep soon. Sceptile has been landed upon. Dude, I might get just a bunch of grass types here. Venusaur, Celebi, Shiftry. I might be like 5 grass types on this team. Sceptile is definitely my starter. I'll put Bulbasaur somewhere else if we land on it. Venusaur, triple grass. Like earlier, Wallace is absolutely dead if we get to him. It's going to happen, isn't it? Celebi. Rapidash. Okay. Give us some fire coverage. Rapidash. And our 6th Mon. I'm hoping it's either Swellow or Shiftry. Just 5 grass types, whatever. Or, yeah. And then Swellow. I love Swellow. Probably a top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time for me. Haven't had a chance to use it in so long. Not since it got deleted. Yeah. So, rounding out the team is Swellow. We get to use Sceptile, Venusaur, and Swellow on the same team, alongside Rapidash, Cradilly, and freaking Celebi. So Team 35 is looking pretty good. And then, with only 4 Pokemon left, this is just going to be what order they're on the list in, I guess, because at this point we may as well see who the last Mon standing on the wheel is, and it's not going to be Shiftry. Alright. Regirock and 2 Gen 1 water types walk in. Who walks out? Omastar. Tentacruel, Regirock. Who survives? Oh man. Cue the noise. I'm not going to edit in the noise. And then let's spin it while I write it. I could either jam on Espeon and Umbreon to close it out. Yeah, let's just jam on Espeon and Umbreon. Just to close out the whole run, you know? Since it'll be the end of the project in its form. So there we have it. Those are the 36 teams. The stage is set. And now all that's left to do is all of it. Simple enough.